Megan and Agnes had some stickers. I do not know exactly how many stickers Megan have, how many stickers Agnes have. I just know some stickers. After Megan used 4/5 of her stickers and Agnes used 1/3 of her stickers, both of them had an equal number of stickers left. If I want to use my BCA, it is very easy because all this there's a before, there's a change, there's after. But for this question, I want to show you how to use the model method. Okay, maybe we have time, we can go through the BCA as well. All right, then if Megan had 480 stickers at first before, how many stickers did Agnes have at first? Now we are going to draw my model. Okay, if I want to draw my model, I need to know how many parts Megan have and how many parts Agnes have, right? How do I look at the total number of parts? So for Megan, total number of parts, 5. And then Agnes, total number of parts, 3, like this. Okay, so let's draw out these parts first. Okay, so Megan and Agnes. Megan have 5 parts and Agnes have 3 parts, right? So let's draw out Megan 5 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then Agnes have 3 parts. How do I draw? You must know these 5 and these 3, they are not the same. So I cannot draw Agnes like this, 3 parts, exactly the same size as Megan. Cannot, right? I cannot do that. So what I can do is I have to look at their leftover. Both of them had an equal number of stickers left. So which means Megan used 4/5. So if I shade whatever Megan have, we do this first. Megan 1, 2, 3, 4. This is what she used, right? So my left is this part, right? This is my left, correct? Which is this one part. And then I know that Agnes used 1/3 of her sticker. So I know that Agnes must have 3 units. But her leftover must also be the same size as Megan there. So which means if I draw Agnes, I will start with her leftover like this. Okay? And then I know that I need to have 3 units. So can I draw Agnes this way? Cannot, right? I told you cannot, right? So this is not possible. What I do is I need to actually go and cut something. So I'm going to cut my Megan. So this one also cut. The rest of them also cut. Okay, I just draw a straight line. Okay, easy to draw. So all these green parts, lines. Now, I want Agnes 3 units, right? If I look at this, Agnes only 2 units. So I draw one more. Like this. Then I know that both of them had equal number of stickers left. So Megan leftover is this yellow one. Agnes leftover is this yellow one. Can you see? This is how I draw model. Okay, model cannot be drawn anyhow. When they say 5 units, okay, draw 5. When they say 3 units, draw 3. But the thing is, the clue here is that both of them had equal number of stickers left. This one. That's why I work with the leftover first. I work with what I have left first. So this is what is left, and this is what is left for Agnes. This is what she used, right? Agnes used this 1 unit. Okay, if Megan had 480 stickers at first, so Megan have all this at 480, all this. How many stickers does Megan Agnes have at first? I want to know this one. Okay, so let's find out the leftover for Megan. All right, if Megan used 4/5, the leftover will be 1/5, right? This is 1 out of 5, or it is 1 unit. Okay, so this 480, she had 480 at first, which is actually my 5 unit. The original one before I cut is this 5 unit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 unit represent 480. This is for Megan. I find 1 unit. Okay, so 480 divided by 5 equals to 96. All right, so which means the 1 unit here is 96. So this part, I use another color. This is 96. So where else is 96? This part, these two parts is also 96. Okay. So how many units is that 96? 2 units. So 2 units is 96. This is for Megan. And now I'm doing Agnes. All right. So 2 units 96. 1 unit is 96 divided by 2 equals to 48. Am I happy with that? No. How many stickers did Agnes have at first? Agnes have 1, 2, 3 units. I want to find 3 units. Like just now I say here. Okay. So 3 unit is 48 times 3 equals to 144. So my Sarah is correct just now. Okay, another method I just want to share with you. Another method is to use to use the units via the box. Okay, I'm just going to share with you. I'm just sharing with you. Okay, if you want to try this out, go ahead. If not, it's okay. Megan, Agnes, before, change, after. Okay, so we know that the before is whatever they have at first, means the total units here. This is what they have at first. Megan is 5 units. Agnes is 3 units. Okay. Then Megan used 4 units, minus 4 units. Agnes used 1 unit, minus 1 unit. Then you go down the flow. Okay, 5 minus 4 is 1 unit. 3 minus 1 is 2 units. And I know that both of them have equal number of stickers left. Left is the after, right? Which is equal. Now you look at this. This is 1, this is 2. Not the same, right? What must I do? Make them the same. Times 2. If I times 2 here, here must times 2. Here must times 2. Equals to 10 unit, equals to minus 8 unit, equals to 2 unit. Let's just check. 10 unit minus 8, I get 2. Yes, confirm. So, okay. Now, we know that Megan have 480 at first. So, which means Megan have 480 at first, correct? So, we can actually just start with that. Okay, but the original units is 5. So we use the 5 units. So this is the tricky part lah. Okay, you have to use the 5 units to represent 480. Why do I not use the 10 unit? Because I make it the same. 10 unit is when I equalize the row, equalize the column. So I do not take the one that is changed. Use the original number that's given as 5. Okay, then after that, we're going to go back to this part. All right, so okay, Amina spent $420 on a dress and 3 skirt. Total, this is my total, okay? So I can put that total. She spent 9/14 of the amount on a 3 skirt. Of the amount. Of means times. The amount means 420. On what? 3 skirts. How much did Amina pay for the dress? Okay, I was given skirt. Now I want to find dress. Opposite. Okay. So let's do this. Let's find out. I know that I have spent 9/14 on the skirt. So the dress, how much? Is the balance, right? If you cannot see, you may want to draw the model and then you shade 9 parts. 9 parts is for the skirts. The balance of it is the dress. You get me? Okay, so I'm not going to draw the model. Instead, I'm going to use fractions. So 1 whole to represent the model. Okay, so 1 whole minus 9/14. This will give me the dress. Okay, so this will give me 5/14. This is my skirts. This is my dress. All right, like that. Now, for fractions, you need to know which one is the total and which one represents the dress. In this case, this is my dress. The 14 unit is my total. Okay, fractions, I repeat this many times. I'm going to repeat it again. Fractions in its simplest form is in its units form already. So 5 out of 14, I cannot simplify, I cannot further reduce, so it is already in its units form. 5 unit is my dress out of 14 unit, which is my total. Now, do I know my total? Yeah, I do know my total. So 14 units represent $420. Let's find 1 unit. That will be $420 divided by 14 equals to $30. Am I happy with this? Not happy. Because I want to find my dress. Dress is 5 units. 5 unit is $30 times 5 equals to $150. So correct. Hadi was right. Okay, good job. Okay, so 180 children took part in a competition. Half of the boys and 1/4 of the girls won the competition. Okay, take note, the boys and the girls, they are not the same. Even though the numerator is 1 and 1, look at the denominator. It is 2 and 4. So when I draw my model, the boys' unit size cannot be the same as the girls' unit size. Take note. This is where many students got it wrong. Okay, won the competition. There were 50 winners altogether. How many girls took part in the competition? I do not want the girl winners, but I want the number, the total number of girls who took part in the competition. Okay, so how do we do this? Let's look at the fraction. So I have boys. So I'm going to look at the denominator, right? I told you. So the total number of units for boys will be 2. So I have boys and girls. So the boys will be 2 units. Let's say about here, 2 units. Remember, boys and girl units will not be the same. Okay, the girls is 4 units. I'm not going to draw this way. 1, 2, 3, and then another one 4. No, because they are not the same. They are not the same. So the girls will be, let's say, a bit shorter than the boys. So my girls is not half. Let's say about here. This is 1 girls. 1 girl unit. How many girls should I draw the units? 4. So like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, something like this. So when you draw with your ruler, it will be much more precise. Okay, something like that lah. All right, now I know that I have 1 unit of the boys and 1 unit of the girls who won the competition. This is won. This is won. Okay, and there are 50 winners altogether. How many total children are there taking part? 180 children taking part. Okay, now let's take note. 1 unit of boys and 1 unit of girls, right, will add up to 50. We're going to write down that. So 1 unit of boys plus 1 unit of girls equals to 50. This is the 50 winners, right? Okay, now what we're going to do is we are going to actually find out 2 units of boys. So we are going to find out the total number of boys first. Okay, my model, I think I need to make it a bit bigger so that it's more accurate. Let's draw a bit longer. Okay, let's say my girls 1, 2, 3, 4. Bigger lah, so you can see the difference. Okay. All right, so this is my 1 unit of girls. All right, and then my 180 children is a total lah. So just now was too small. I'm afraid you can't see the difference. Now, I want to find 2 units of boys. So if you look at this, the 2 units of boys, it will be this portion from here to here, right? 2 units of boys. I'm finding the 2 units of boys. So 2 units of boys plus 2 units of girls will be 50 times 2. Equals to 100 winners. Okay, can you see where are the 2 units? This is 1 unit, this is 1 unit, this is 1 unit, this is 1 unit. So there are 2 units of the boys and 2 unit of the girls. Can you see? That's where I'm trying to derive there. And when I do that, I'm going to get the balance, exactly 2 units balance. Can you see or not? This is the balance. So this whole thing is an equal parts of 2 units, right? So how do I get that? By taking away all the rest of them. I'm taking away, I'm taking away all this, taking away. When I take away, that means I take 180. Take away all this means minus away all the winners here, 180. Okay, so that will give me 180 minus 100 equals to 80. This 80 is for my 2 units. So 2 unit is 80. 1 unit is 80 divided by 2. I get 40. Am I happy with that? No. I want to know the number of girls who took part in the competition, which means all this. How many units is that? 4 units. Okay, so 40 times 4 is 160. Answer. Janet, Karen, and Lisa shared some seashells. Do I know how many each of them have? I only know Janet. Janet had 54 seashells. Karen had 1/4 of the remainder. This is Karen. And then Lisa had half of the total number of seashells. How many seashells did the 3 girls have all together? Which means I'm trying to find the sum seashells, right? The total number of the seashell, the sum seashells that they had shared in the first place. Okay, I'm going to draw a whole model. I'm not going to draw a comparison model because Janet has 54 and is not represented as units. So I cannot draw a comparison unit model where I have Janet, Karen, Lisa. Instead, I'm going to draw a whole model horizontally like that. Okay, so let's draw the model. Let's draw this long. Okay, then I know Janet has 54. Let's say I cut this portion for Janet. Okay, and this is 54 and this is Janet's. All right, then I have the remainder. Am I right? I have the remainder. Where is the remainder? This portion is the remainder. The one that I did not give to Janet, the balance is the remainder. This is my remainder. So how many parts must I cut my remainder? Look at the denominator. How many parts? 4 parts. Cut, 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 like this. Okay. Then this Karen received how many of the remainder? 1. Like this. This is Karen. Okay. Then Lisa have half of the total. Half of the total. So if you look at this, okay, half of the total will be the balance. But I do not know how many. All I know is Lisa have the rest of it lah. Okay, this is Lisa. Because the seashells are equally shared among Janet, Karen, and Lisa. So I gave Janet her portion. I gave Karen her portion. So Lisa have the balance, right? Correct? So Lisa have the balance. So this is the balance. So this is the balance. Okay, it's supposed to be equal left and right. My model drawing might not be that accurate, but it's supposed to show equal left and right. So let me just extend a bit to show you that it is actually the same. Okay, so you can see that this portion is 1 unit, and then this portion is also 1 unit. Can you see? If not, I draw out for you in green. This is 1 unit. And then this is another 1 unit because Lisa have half the total number of seashell. So Lisa have half. Lisa have this much. 1, 2, 3. That is half. These 3 units is actually half of the total. Understand? Okay. So since I have that already, now what do I do next? So you can actually take and see that Lisa have 1, 2, 3 units right down here. And then Karen have 1 unit. So Jenna have how many units? If this whole thing is actually 3 units, here must also be 3 units. Understand? Okay, why? Because the one part I divide it into 3. So it's actually times 3 here. So what happened to this one part? I times 3 here. So now what happened to this? I also cut into 3. Can you see the 3 units there? So Janet have how many units? 2 units. So 2 unit is 54. 1 unit is 54 divided by 2. Okay, so 54 divided by 2 will be, wait, calculator. 54 divided by 2, 27. Okay, do I want 1 unit? Yes or no? I don't want my 1 unit. I want my all together. I want everything. Everything is how many units? 3 plus 3 equals to, I want to find my 6 units. Okay, so 6 unit will be 27 times 6 equals to 162. Answer. Or another way is, you know that 2 units is 54. I want to find 6 units, right? So you can simply take 54, you times it with 3, also can. Okay, why? Because there's 3 sets of 2. But if you don't get it, you can just do this lah. No issue. Okay, right? Or you can just take 54 times 3. Also get 162. Why? Because there are 3 sets of 2 units to get this. That's my answer. Right, this is the correct answer. Kumar spent 3/8 of his monthly salary on food. He spent 3/10 of the remaining on a present and saved the rest. If Kumar saved $546, how much did Kumar spend on food? Okay, I'm going to use the fraction of method because if you can see, there is the of there. 3/10 of the remaining. Can I go and find what's my remainder first? Can, right? So if you know that he spent this much on food, the remainder will be 1 whole minus 3/8. This is my food. This is my total. Equals to 5/8. This is my remainder. So do I leave it like that? No, I want to spend the present. I want to find the present. Okay, I want to find how much he spent on the present, which is 3/10 of the remaining. Now I have the remainder, which is 5/8. So to find the present, I simply take 3/10 of the remainder. So the of here means 3/10 times 5/8. Okay, so when you get this, you will be getting your present. Okay, I can cancel. This is 2, this is 1. So it is 3/16. This is my present. So do I want that? Do I want this? I don't want this yet. And then he saved the rest. Can I find out what's the rest? I can, right? So what is the rest? The rest will be the balance. Okay, the rest equals to, so I have the remainder just now, which is 5/8. Okay, and then I spend some more, right, from the remainder, 3/16. You minus lah, these two. Okay, so times 2 will be 10/16 minus 3/16 equal to 7/16. This is what he have the rest. And you know that the rest is 546. Now, let's interpret from the fraction there. This is 7 unit, this is 16 unit. This is my 546. This is my total, right? So do I want to know the total? No, I just want to focus on this. 7 unit is 546. So 7 unit represent 546. Find your 1 unit. Okay, 546 divided by 7 equals to 78. Now I want to know how many or how much he spent on his food. So the food is actually 3/8 of his monthly salary. So of means times. So can I go and find the monthly salary now, which is my total, okay? So 16 units is 78 times 16 equals to 1248. If you find this is not the final answer because I want to know what he spent on food. So I'm going to continue it here. So food is 3/8 of the salary, which is 1248 equals to 3/8 times 1248 over 1. Okay, and then you just press on your calculator and then you will be getting your answer of 468. And that's the answer. Okay, this is my fraction of. If you do not want to do fraction of, you want to use model, also can. I just draw out the model for you here. So at first I have 8 parts, right? This is my 8 parts. And then I am going to shade 3 part for the food. This is my food. Okay, and then I have my remainder, right? The unshaded is remainder. So what happened? The remainder is 3/10. So I need to have a remainder of 10 units. Let's look at remainder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not enough. So what must I do? Change it to 10 by cutting it into 2. Cut, 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 cut. Everything also must cut. Okay, then what happened to the remainder? He spent on the present 3 units, right? So 1, 2, 3. This is present. Okay, then you have the balance. This is your save. Okay, like this. So how many he saved? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 units is saved. Then the food is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 units is food. So can do, right? So 7 unit is 546. So 7 unit is 546. 1 unit is 78. Just now you find, right? Then I want to find the food. Food is 6 unit. 78 times 6 equals to 468. This is the other method. Either you want to use the fraction of. This is fraction of. Or you may use your remainder concept. Okay, remainder concept model. No issue, whichever you're comfortable with. Okay, can? 3/8. Now, question number 1. 3/8 of a pizza was shared equally among 6 children. What fraction of the pizza did 2 of the children receive? So you need to find out for 1 children first, equally shared. You know that when I equally share something to a number of people, right? I need to divide the pieces equally among the number of children. The keyword here is shared equally. So it means divide equally to 6 children. Okay, so the keyword here is shared equally. So it's divide. I need to take 3/8 divided by 6, right? This will help me find for 1 child. This is for 1 child. This is for 1 child. So how do I divide? You have to ensure that all or both of these numbers are in fraction form. So 3/8, okay. 6 must put 6/1, then okay. Now, how do we do this? Keep, change, flip. All right, so equals to, we keep this, so remains the same. We are going to change your division into times. We're going to flip the 6/1, and then it becomes the opposite, becomes 1/6. Right? Then this is to recap. This is to recap because some of you forget how to do division, how to do multiplication of fraction. This is to recap. Okay, so now how do I do this? You look crosswise. Whenever you come across fractions times, right, multiplication, look crosswise. So I can look at 3 and 6 first. Can 3 and 6 be divided by one another? Can. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 6 divided by 3 is 2. After that, look row-wise, numerator and then denominator. Numerator is 1 times 1, 1. Over 8 times 2, 16. This is for what? 1 child. Do I want 1 child? No. I want 2 children. 2 of the children receive. So what do I do? If 1 child is 1/16. So 2 children will be, you need to times 2, right? So over here, 1 over 16 times 2 over 1 equals to, so the same thing, right? You're going to look crosswise, this and this. Divide by 2, divide by 2, 8. So answer is 1 out of 8. So it's not number 1 because 1 over 16 is for one child. I want 2 children. Answer is number 2. Okay. Now, next one, number 2. 1/4 of a pole is painted blue. 1/3 of the remainder is painted white. What fraction of the pole is not painted? Okay, so for this question, if you want to draw model, you may. If you do not want to draw model, you can straight away use fraction. Okay, so if you look at this, 1/3. So you know that not painted, painted white. This is the remainder already, right? This is the remainder. Means after this painted white means the rest of them is not painted lah, right? Because the first portion they say that 1/4 is painted blue. After that there will be remainder. So the remainder of the remainder, 1/3 is painted white. So after this, is there any more remainder? Yeah, the balance is not painted. You get it? So you can just focus on 1/3. Okay, so if you focus on 1/3, you are going to know that those that are not painted will be 1 whole minus 1/3. That is 2/3. This is not painted. But am I done? Because this is not for the whole pole. I want what fraction of the pole, means the total pole. So what about this? 1/4 is painted blue. The rest that's not painted blue will be 1 whole minus 1 over 4 equals to 3 over 4. So now I have two fractions, right? So what fraction of here means times the pole is not painted. Not painted is this one. So not painted will be 2/3. The whole pole is 3/4. So 2/3 of the pole, 3/4, like this. All right. So answer will be half. So this is correct. Okay. If you don't understand what I'm doing, what is teacher talking about? Why got so many fractions? Okay, fine. Then you draw out your model. Okay. You draw out your model. It will be of 1/4 first. So you cut it into 4 parts, right? One of them is painted blue. Then I have the remainder, right? This is for those who don't understand the fraction method, okay? Then of the remainder, 1/3 is painted white. So the remainder got 3 parts, right? So one of it is painted white. Then I have the balance, right? Not painted. This is all my not painted. How many parts is that? This is 1. This is 2. 2 out of the total parts is 4. Then you reduce 1 over 2. Get it? So you can do the fraction method here. Fraction of lah. This is fraction of, or the remainder concept via the model. Just now we did this also, right? Okay, so good job. My Sarah got it right. So we have here 4 over 9 of the fruits in the basket are apples and the rest are mangoes. 2 over 3 of the apples are red and the rest are green. There are 12 green apples. How many mangoes are there in the basket? Okay, so if you want to draw model, you may. Okay, let's draw model lah. Okay, for the sake of those who cannot see the fraction, they cannot visualize fraction. What is 9 parts? What is 4 parts? Cannot visualize, okay, then draw. Okay, so let's draw 9 parts first. So I'm gonna draw a long one, cut it up into 9 parts. Okay. You have 9. 4 out of 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are my apples. Then the rest are my mangoes. Okay. So we have here 2/3 of the apples are red and the rest are green. Now of the apples, now this one here, of the apples I have here and here, 2/3 of them are red and the rest are green. So if you want to, you can draw a drop-down model. Not sure whether your teacher taught this in school. You can do this as well. So the apples, I will be cutting out into 3 parts because it's a 2/3, right? Now 2/3 of these apples, now I'm redrawing them into 3 parts. Okay, so I have 2/3 of the apples are red. This one is red. And the rest of them are green. This is G, means green. And then my green, I know I have 12 apples. I want to know how many mangoes. So after that, let's jump back to mangoes here. All right. So if you look at the model here, you will be quite confused. Just now there's 4 units of apples. Now it becomes 3 units of apples. So how many apples are there in the first place? So in the first place, how do I do this? If you want to, you have to make sure that these two, if you look at this and this, 4 and 3, right? This is 4 unit, this is 3 unit. You need to change them to be the same first, which is actually 12 units. They are of 12 units actually. So, which means this whole thing, I recut it up into 12 parts. The whole thing for the 3 unit also 12 parts. Actually, it's like that. But when you drop it down, it represents that way. So that's why sometimes model can be quite confusing. You need to know what you're drawing. From 4 become 3, or from 3 become 4. How? If you look at it, like, you'll be confused. How does 4 and 3 comes together? And then you'll be taking 4 plus 3. Wrong. Okay, whenever you work with units, whenever you work with fractions, you must always look at multiplication. It's always times, because unit is always times. So I have 4 units and 3 units. You need to make sure you have the LCM of these two. Become 12. Okay, so the 2 of them become 12 units. So if you look at this green portion here, this is actually 1/3, correct? This is 1/3. So 1/3 times the apples just now was 4/9. Okay, like this. Can you see? 1/3 of the apples. It means 1/3. This green apple here, the green color here, is 1/3 of the apples on top. 1/3 of the 4/9. Get it? This green portion is 1/3 of the 4/9 on top, the model on top. Okay. Okay, then we times, right? So when we times, we do crosswise. There's nothing for me to simplify. So just look row-wise. 4/27. Okay, so this one is what? Is my green apples. All right, so we are not using this one. I'm just showing you that they are actually 12. If you use units, you have to convert them into 12. But in this case, I'm not using units. I'm using model. I'm using fraction. Okay, so this is what we're going to do next. So we have here 4 out of 27. Now remember, what is this? This 4 units. 4 units is what? Is my green apples. The 27 is what? 27 is my total. 27 denominator is always my total. All right. So we leave it. All I want to do is take out 4 unit, represent my green apples, which is 12. Then find 1 unit first. Find 1 unit means 12 divided by 4, and I get 3. Do I want that? I don't want that. I want to know my mangoes. Okay, remember that my total is 27 units, right? So you can go and find your 27 units first, or you can straight away go and find your mangoes. Okay, your mango is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. 5/9. Right? But remember, you already changed it to a total of 27. So your 9 here, you must times it with 3, times it with 3 to make the denominator becomes 27. Remember the total just now I say, this is my total. It changed just to 27 already. So the same goes here. I need to change to 27, come 15. So how many mangoes must I find? 15 units. Okay, so we just find 15 units will do. 15 units will be 15 times 3 equals to 45. And that is my answer, number 3. Hadi was correct. Understand? Okay. If you want to go and find your, just now as I wrote down 27 just now, you want to find 27, you can. But that is finding the whole total. So mangoes, how many mangoes are there? There are 5/9 of the total. Then you take 5/9 times 27. The number that you can find 27. So example, if I get 27 units, this is all, another method. If 27 means 27 times 3, that will give me a calculator. Wait. 27 times 3 is 81. Okay, I have 81. So right now, 81, that is not my answer because it's my total. So mangoes is 5/9, right? So 5/9 times, remember that mangoes is 5/9. 81. Then if you do that, you're going to get 45 as well. That is your answer. This is another O. This is the O. Either this method 1, or you can do method 2. And of course the model. Okay? Do the 4 units of apple equivalent to the 3 units of apple, which is 36? No, we are not doing the unit method. So if possible, try not to do that. If you do that, then the numbers means if you take the total of 36 for the apples, means you take 4/9 and this is 1/3. You're trying to make the denominator the same. Am I right? If you are making the denominator the same, it's not 36. The smaller one is 27. Okay, if you take 36 can, but the number is bigger. Then when it's bigger, you get more confused. Okay, that's why I say look for the LCM, the lowest common multiple. All right, so if you choose the lowest common multiple, it can be 36. I didn't say it's wrong. It can be 36, but 36 is bigger than 27. The lowest common multiple is 27. Just stick to the lowest. Okay. If not, you're going to have a bit hard time because this is paper 1, right? You cannot use calculator. Hard time for you to simplify. Then simplify again later. Or you work with a bigger number, you get to do more mistakes if that's the case. Okay, answer is number 3. Yeah, correct. Hadi was right.